What is going on, guys? We are back with another Bad Moments in Lao Cow History video. So I'm glad you're here because I basically know nothing about other Lao Cows other than DSP and wings. So today we're going to learn about another supposed Lao Cow called Keffals. I know nothing about them other than they're from Ontario, which apparently a lot of people are from Ontario. I'm finding out. Derek's from Ontario. I think, was it Radical Jaws? Another DSP pay pig is from Ontario. And apparently Keffals is from Ontario. So we're going to take a look at this and see if they actually qualify for the Lao Cow spot. So let's watch this, learn some more. This is Tom Dark. This is Turkey Tom's channel. And it's Keffals, A Brief History. So let's watch this, learn some things, and I'll see where it goes from there.
Fan of Destiny, or you're active on Twitter, or you use Kiwi Farms,
of course,
or
Kiwi
you just
Farms.
pay attention to online drama, then you probably at least have heard the name Keffals. She's a pretty controversial figure in the community in general,
she's in the
and
Zelda,
a lot of people have a lot to say about her.
Nintendo?
So I had someone on my stream attempt to explain the lore behind the entire Keffals story, and at least attempt to summarize it. Here it is.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I love Turkey Tom.
I mean, I guess we're starting off. Do you know how Keffals first
He's
got popular?
so good at videos.
Streaming?
Yes. Smile slightly.
Okay, so they're a streamer.
I mean, it wasn't a big following. It was mainly getting Destiny banned. That was the big thing.
So this was in...
People have kind of forgotten about now.
Keffals is a live streamer on Twitch. She's been around on the internet for way longer than her. She's been famous though, obviously, right?
Streaming like 2.5 years, I want to say now.
Okay,
Maybe a
so
little longer.
What was she
Keffals
doing
and
before
Destiny
she was
is like
streaming?
Dark
She was
Side
around
Phil
on-
and Evil
She was like
AJ, I
a
guess.
camera or something, right?
Oh, okay, well, I don't have 100% proof of that, and I wouldn't want to show it, but I think we've got enough videos and clips where, yeah, there's probably a high likelihood there was coming, but it's also under different names. I mean, the Keffals brand is very separate from everything else. It's almost
Okay.
like two different categories. There's everything else, and then there's the Keffals stuff.
Right.
Keffals
it's like
is the
Bad moments in
political
DSP history and bad
persona,
moments in
like
Lao
the
Cow
one that's
history.
advocating trans rights, wants to create a supposedly cleaner internet, and is standing
Yeah,
up for
good
the
luck
little
with
guy.
that.
You know, other things
The
like
internet is a wild
Cowboy
place.
Ranch, the sex stuff. I mean, in the
What?
day, I don't
Cowboy
wanna judge too
Ranch?
much,
The
but
Cowboy
that's
Ranch
very
is
different.
totally unverified, right? We don't know that.
Oh, yes and no.
Oh, so it's
my
not
my
for
point
sure?
more so being I wouldn't want to associate the two together. You know, Clara is her new name. I think Clara has two different categories. But no, Keffals had a very small, tight-knit community at first.
Oh,
like,
the
it wasn't
transgender.
massive, but it was pretty
That's what it
supportive.
is.
I mean, everyone kind of knew each other, that kind of community.
Okay, so Keffals. The first way I heard of Keffals was because of Destiny.
Yeah.
And Keffals went after Destiny. Why did they go after Destiny? Was it because of the was it Leah Thomas? Is that the trans swimmer?
Yeah, so at the time, I'll be as unbiased as possible. At the time, Leah Thompson
Let me
was
guess,
in
she's on the
big
left
topic
side?
for even like boomers and people in the mainstream because it's
politics.
a transgender woman in swimming, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And Destiny was asked on stream, "What's your opinion?" And I won't go into too much detail, but basically what Destiny said is, I don't think Leah should be allowed to compete in female-only sport, at least not now.
Do you not want to go into detail because it's TOS or is it just?
Okay, so I just gotta say, people have asked me about this before. I don't believe biologically born men should be in women's sports, even if they transition. Like, I got nothing against people that transition. You do you, it's your life, you do whatever you want with it. But at the same time, like, genetically, men that are born men, all like their testosterone and all their insides, they're biologically stronger than women. Don't get me wrong, there are some women that'll kick everyone's ass, even including men's. But in a general sense, there are men born genetically stronger than women. That's just my opinion. Okay, everyone's allowed to have their opinion.
It's just like that's
TOS,
all that
but also I
matters.
don't fully remember now. I mean, this was almost a year ago now. This is 9 or 10 months ago.
Okay, so 9 or 10 months ago, and that's really when to think about. That's when all this started. So let's call it a year, right? So a year ago.
I want to say a year, but I mean, it was like at the beginning of March.
Yeah.
Ago.
So a year ago, Destiny is on stream. He's a political streamer. He's asked about Leah Thomas.
Is he?
And
He's a political
I think
streamer?
it's important to
I
mention.
thought he was
the
just a
reason
gamer
people
and
got so upset at
interviewer.
Keffals in this, before they even knew Keffals was, is because Destiny's probably one of the bigger or one of the more open trans, like more supportive trans streamers. I think he's
Oh.
pretty okay with trans
So he's
rights.
supportive?
Stood up for them. He's questioned a lot of conservatives and a lot
So he
of
must be on the
critics
left
of the
side?
movement.
Right.
I don't think you could really favorably argue that he's not, that he is a
Like,
trans.
I don't even care. Like, left, right, doesn't matter to me. No matter who's in charge of the country, you're going to get screwed over either way. It's like, do you want to get punched with the left hand or do you want to get punched with the right hand? They always screw you no matter what. It's the illusion of choice.
He's not a transphobe. He's somewhat anti-leftist. That's fair.
So
I guess, yeah. I mean,
he's a
I think the
trans
truth is you probably know more about
activist, but he's
Destiny specifically than I do.
anti-leftist.
So I'm a big Destiny fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably know that, or maybe you do know that.
No,
maybe
of
you
course.
don't.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm a Destiny
Big
fan.
DGG,
Big DGGer, big N.GGer, and I'm watching him for a while. And sort of the thing that Destiny does every few years is he sort of purges his audience of people he thinks are only there to see him give like takes for one side. So he used to be
Yes.
sort of a gamer bro, and then he had to purge his audience because
Oh, that's
he
where I
felt
know him
that
from.
they were full of he felt that they were full of like transphobes and like right wingers who were not thinking critically.
Yeah,
And his
all
way
I
to
know
purge
from
that
was
to have a
like
debate with
Damon and
JonTron,
stuff,
which
when
is like the
DSP
most
mentioned them.
the first infamous thing Destiny did.
It's like his third most popular video on YouTube, isn't it?
To this day, I think, yeah. And at the time that it happened, he got a lot of shit for that. But looking back, he was honestly kind of right with what he was saying. Something that I wasn't even ready for at the time to acknowledge.
I don't know about that, so I can't
JonTron
speak on
was.
that.
I don't know that he was a Nazi, but he was spouting a lot of far right talking points, right?
Yeah, I mean, John's major mistake was that he did like what your right wing grandpa would do. He just sort of went off headlines alone. And
Right.
I think Destiny was a bit more equipped with. Well, I read into that, and here's why I don't trust that as much.
And so
I mean,
more.
you can't.
Like, it's
No, go ahead.
it's just better from a political point of view to stand in the middle, look to the left, look to the right, and look at the issues at hand. Because you don't have to be 100% left, 100% right. Just look at things in the middle and see what's best for you, best for the country. You don't have to choose a side. Like, that's what the world used to be is, let's have a debate. You say your side, I say my side. We work it out. We come together and try to hash it out. But nowadays it's, oh, you don't believe me. You're not on my side, so you're the enemy. Like, it's getting to a scary point right now.
Well, I mean, John just can't defend against that. When John's got a surface level understanding, I don't mean in a mean way. I just mean in
Yeah.
a genuine way. When you're in a debate, you just can't have the surface level understanding of these headlines.
Right. And beyond that, I think the kind of thing that Destiny is known for is now he attacks leftists because once he started to attack right wingers, he sort of accumulated this left wing audience, and then he got a bunch of people on that side who weren't thinking critically and like were like retards and they were like communists and they weren't consistent with their beliefs and stuff like that. And so then he had to purge his audience of that. And so that's why he's sort of
So he's constantly
an
going through
enemy of
audiences.
both the right and the left in a way, even though he's pretty left.
That would hurt his channel, though, 'cause there's no real
Right?
identity
He's more of
to
a
him.
liberal than a leftist.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's the omni-liberal on Twitter and everything.
Exactly.
Like,
The
I think it's
omni-liberal.
unfavorable to characterize him that way.
So he's been critical of a lot of stuff. He'll often be critical of left wingers, and in this case, he was critical of left wingers for claiming that someone who was originally a biological man and had transitioned into a biological female, he was like they shouldn't be in the Olympics, and this caught Keffals' attention somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why I bring all this up, because Keffals originally got a massive push way. I think the Twitter algorithm just loved her tweet because
Mm-hmm.
she was the one that reported Destiny for this clip, got him banned, and it's
On
famous tweet
Twitch.
now. It's on Twitch. So
Oh,
yeah,
she-
so Keffals, again,
Keffals
smaller
got
Twitch
Destiny
streamer,
banned on.
got this clip, reported
God.
it. Where, it's a bit clipped favorably. In
When you say
Keffals'
report it,
favor.
do you mean she clipped it and then reported it as a news person, or
No,
she
no, no,
reported
no,
it
no.
on
So
Twitch?
this was clipped by someone else. She reported it with Destiny's channel and said this is transphobia.
So
or
she
this
got
is hate speech."
and said you guys should
banned.
report this, right?
Yeah.
Is he
yeah,
still
I mean,
banned?
So again, tight knit community, like I mentioned, there was definitely support of her report.
Right.
But the reason this is important is that then Keffals immediately tweeted, "Hey Stephen, I just took away your primary source of income. Stop attacking me and trans people."
Wow.
So,
So she got him
basically
banned
what
and
Keffals
then
did
was, like,
from the
taunting
beginning. It
him.
was a clever narrative of, I took down a transphobe who wasn't attacking Leah Thompson, was attacking the trans community, and I just defended it. I think this is always important because Keffals like to say, "Well, I never attacked someone. I was attacked first." I'd call that an attack first, if I'm quite honest.
Was
I think
Destiny
Keffals drew
critical
first
of
blood.
her? Was he at least critical of her before that point?
Yeah.
I don't think he knew her.
Okay, really.
Okay. So she went after him because he had his certain viewpoints, and then she got him banned, taunted him, and then saying she was defending herself. But he never actually said anything about Keffals.
Interesting. So
Again, like Keffals wasn't really that big.
now, when you say big, you mean big on Twitter? Because to my understanding, even to this day, she doesn't have like a following on Twitch, really, right?
Oh no, she is. I mean, if we're doing comparatively,
How
right?
big
If we're
is
doing
her
comparative
following?
with the top streamers? Even now, I don't think she's as big. But I mean, we all read that statistic. What is it like? The top 1% of streamers are people that get more than like 5 views.
But,
Like
okay.
Keffals had like 100 viewers per stream. It
But-
wasn't,
but
it's nothing to scoff at.
It's nothing to scoff at, but considering how big her Twitter following is, it is kind of like. When you say it's relatively low, I mean getting like 300
Yeah, well,
live.
that-
to
that's
this
what I was
day.
getting
How many
onto.
Twitter followers
The reason
does
it's
she
so
have?
surprising is that one tweet of
I'm
Hey
gonna look that
Steven
up right now.
did so well in the algorithm. I mean, people that never heard of Keffals before were
Yeah, it takes
liking,
one video and the
retweeting,
algorithm
following.
picks it
And
up.
it's not
Wow,
just
this
that
is a
one
streamer.
tweet. She sort of astroturfed her own fame through Twitter.
Well, again,
not
I'm
that
saying
big.
This is the first
So-
contact because
Okay.
after that
She
it
has
was the ratioing, it was
113,000
the
followers
constant
on
bravado.
Twitter.
I mean, I don't think
So
I don't
that's
think Keffals
not
originally
that
planned on
big.
it. I think she sort of fell into
It's
it.
big,
Right.
but not big.
Okay,
big.
so you think that she fell into that, and then she sort of saw an opportunity to get big from that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't think Keffals is this master manipulator that people want to say. I think she's clever with her words, but
Okay.
she kind of fell into this position.
So
and then
she's
immediately
what they're
afterwards,
trying
it
to
was
say is she's
ratioing-
snowballing the effect.
I can't remember the full
and gaining
timeline,
clout
but
from
I
it.
mean, God, you know Lauren Southern, right?
Of course, yes.
So the moment this Destiny thing happened and everyone's following and liking, I mean, there was even at the time, just from this one Destiny thing, there were these randoms on Twitter going like, Keffals is the new icon of the trans community, which is daft because never has been, never will be.
So Keffals
then
is this
I think-
trans girl who she destroyed Steven, Destiny.
Yeah,
She took away his primary
destroyed
source of
Destiny.
income, which is, I mean, I remember him talking about it. That's like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, like 300K a year.
Yeah, and Twitch
he
being
lost.
Twitch didn't pay him out that month. when he got banned or anything.
300K.
Right.
Holy shit.
So she directly caused a lot of opportunity loss, right, for him, and even indirectly she caused a lot of loss to him because.
God damn, he makes a lot of money.
Or sorry, and even directly she caused loss to him because he lost his payout that month, which sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it was from Keffals' perspective, everything just fell into place.
That's
It's
weird
decisive
because
great
victory.
DSP got his
So-
payout when he got
and
kicked
also
from
it's just amazing
partnership.
how quickly it happened. I mean, this was like a day after the stream he got banned. I want to say.
Right. Okay. So that happened. Where do we go from here? Because Keffals is she's sort of like no one talks about her right now, at least online. But it seemed like for
She's trending right now on Twitter. I wouldn't say that.
well, even if she's trending because she's getting like 1,000 people talking about her. She was like
That's not a big
huge
number, to
for
be
a little
honest.
while, and now things have died down. Wouldn't you say that's accurate?
1,000 people is not that much
Like anything,
in the
like
grand
on a
scheme of
YouTube channel or a Twitter, when a Twitter or a YouTube channel is doing really well and they get pushed a lot through the algorithm and people are seeing it because they're interested in drama or news or streaming, I think people saw them more on their feed. I don't know about the popularity specifically. I think this popularity's waned, but it's not like she went from big to small. But yeah, I think she rode a wave. Like I said, immediately after Destiny, with all this big.
Yeah,
push,
you know what happens
she went
with
for Lauren
waves? There's a
Southern
high
got
point
Lauren
and then it
Southern.
goes down.
Well, not actually. Do you want me to get into that as well?
Yeah. So right after the Destiny thing, at this
Right
point,
after Destiny,
how many
Keffals
Twitter
is
followers did she
restricted.
have? Do you know? Like 30,000.
This is a while ago.
Because this is an
Okay,
older
so she had
video,
a
I
few-
think.
like she had over 20,000.
It was over 1,000.
Over 20,000, yeah.
20,000. She has
there you go.
113,000 right now.
Okay.
Because I just looked it
Can we
up.
count in the middle and say 10,000?
Okay, so sure. So she had
So
some
she got
Twitter
like
following.
80 to
She got big
90,000
for owning
followers
Steven.
just
Where
from
does she
it.
go from there?
So yeah, like I said, immediately it was ratioing Keemstar because Keemstar's like,
Oh,
who is this
God.
Keffals bitch? She's
She's
got
attacking
all the biggest
Keemstar
streamer
just
fans,
like
ratio
DSP.
transphobe, ratio this, and then she picked a fan with Lauren Southern because Lauren Southern had Destiny on
So
her
she's
stream.
picking all
If you know
these
anything about
fights.
Twitch rules: if you have
Bigger people.
if you have a banned streamer on your stream, you get
What it does sound like, and she could have good intentions when she's trying to stand up for rights for trans people, which I have no problem with that. But if you notice, she keeps picking on people bigger than her. It's almost like she's trying to coattail and chase their clout, as you will. It's almost like she's trying to take her base and make it bigger by attacking all these bigger content creators.
banned as well because that's banned evasion.
Okay, and for not Twitter banned people, ratioing is when you quote tweet someone
Oh yeah,
or reply
ratioing
to
when you
them and get
retweet
more
someone
likes,
and
right?
you get more likes. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's very much a terminally online tactic. Like it works with kids and it works with people that don't really have a life outside of Twitter. But it's anyone with a brain can realize. Yeah, I guess if you have a bigger push, you will get more likes. Hubba.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
Okay.
So yeah, Lauren Southern got banned on Twitch because she had Disney on her stream. So Keffals immediately tried to take credit. There's a tweet out there. Oh yeah, I got what a fucking week. I got associated with getting both Destiny and Lauren Southern banned on Twitch. Now
Wow.
the final boss of transphobes.
So she took-
Right.
She took credit for something she didn't
right
do.
after this Lauren Southern thing, Keffals took credit. I got you banned on Twitch as well. Lauren Southern goes, no, here's the email. Twitch has proven that I actually got banned for getting
So
Destiny on my stream.
she got
And
caught
then, of
lying.
course, the Kiwi Farms thread is created because this is two big.
Oh
you know,
God!
I want to say
If
streamers.
the
I
Kiwi
guess,
Farms go
political
after you,
icons getting
that's
banned in under a week.
game over.
And then Keffals immediately jumped on that as well. Wow, I'm being attacked by these Kiwi farmers.
Right. So at this point, she's gotten Destiny banned, and she takes credit for that, which I
Yes.
think that one's accurate. She didn't
That
get
one's
Lauren
genuine.
banned, but she
No,
did
takes
take credit for it. Okay.
it
And-
was. I can't say it because I think it would go against TOS. But both sides, Keffals fans and Lauren Southern fans, were using quite extreme language. A lot of people got banned. There was this person
let me
who
guess.
was
Hateful
one
slurs.
of like Keffals' big, right hand man, right hand woman, or whatever on Twitter, and they got banned for saying a bunch of shit about Lauren. Lauren said a bunch, transphobic stuff back. It was a very
Lauren is a right winger,
TOS
right? So she's a
she's very much
conservative right winger.
traditional conservative, I want to say. And she
sounds a lot
basically-
like Darkside Phil so far.
to keep it brief, Lauren was saying, well, I'm a mother with 2 kids. I'm completely secure. I don't care that my Twitch is gone and it wasn't you. Keffals fans like, you're eggless and shit like that. And of course, I bet you can imagine what the response was from Lauren's
Eggless?
fans.
Yeah. So they were
So-
they were
so-
probably dead naming her or whatever. Now
Dead naming,
now Kiwi
come on,
Farms.
kids, that kind of shit.
Dead
Kiwi
name.
Farms is a website I
Oh,
reference
that's
a lot
when
in
you
my
use the
videos, but a lot of
birth
people
name.
I think probably still don't even quite know what it is. Kiwi Farms is a gossip forum. Would you say that's accurate?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's a
So,
gossip forum.
The funny thing is, so Kiwi Farms, I found this out researching Chris Chan. Kiwi Farms started out as a Chris Chan forum. And then they just expanded to other Lao Cows, Wings of Redemption, Darkside Phil. There's a bunch of them back in the day. And then it just expanded, and then it was known for the Lao Cow threads.
And the thing that makes it different from other websites is that it doesn't disallow doxing in the TOS. Now, doxing happens on every website, but Kiwi Farms is not a site that prohibits it. So if you go to someone's thread, it's not uncommon to find their personal information as far as their real legal name and
So
stuff
they
like
don't
that, right?
enforce it.
Yeah,
They
so
don't
if you want me to
say you can't
quickly
do it,
now
and they
head
don't
back,
enforce it.
Right after Lauren Southern thing, this Kiwi Farms code is created. Now, I
Sure.
don't know how many of these claims are substantiated or
think-
not.
Was it
But what
Josh
they found was a
Knoll?
bunch of shit. There was a
He got
Sky
doxed himself on
trans-
there.
well, Sky was the name of this trans porn star, both before and after their operation, and people connected the faces, the ages, and the time.
So people
and
on Kiwi
the
Farms
Kiwi Farmers-
found out that supposedly Keffals was like
Supposedly,
this trans porn
Keffals
star.
during her surgery had did this little porn stunt. It was on a site called T Girl Canada, because if
She
you don't know,
did
Keffals is in
porn?
Canada. The face, the timing, it all kind of lines up, but I'm still not confident
She's a
to this day
trans
to say if
porn
it's
star
real.
too?
And Keffals just keeps dancing around it, probably because it's a bit embarrassing if it's real, and if it's not, it's just not worth mentioning.
Okay.
So there was also
If you
other
say,
stuff,
"No, it's
like,
not me," then
Keffals'
obviously there's
father,
something
who
there.
I think was dying and paid for the surgery, and of course Kiwi Farmers immediately used that against her as like a kind of bullying tactic. I'm not saying Kiwi
Right.
Farmers is right or wrong in this. I'm just trying to give as fair a
But it's
timeline as
obviously
possible.
shitty to shit on
Oh,
her for
I
her
think
dying
so.
dad or whatever. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. No.
But Kiwi does what they normally do. They dig into someone's
Yeah,
past.
they just cataloged everything from the Twitch history to this
Right.
Catboy thing. I mean, they quickly realized
Cowboy
how big
Ranch.
of a
I
footprint
still don't
Keffals
know
has,
what that
just under
is.
different names.
And it's worth saying outright that Kiwi is known for transphobia, right?
Yeah. I mean, they purposely go out their way to
Misgender people, right?
I've never
Whatever
been
your
on
position
Kiwi
that
Farms, so
is,
I don't
like,
know
obviously
what
that's
it's
gonna
like,
piss
so
off
I
a
can't
trans
comment on
person, right?
that.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention as well is, with things like Kiwi Farms and Encyclopedia Dramatica, when you're trying to be alt media,
That's the
you kind
original
of
one
have
for
to go
Chris
against the
Chan.
norm. I don't want to be too
The
political.
Encyclopedia
I'd say
one.
it's fair to say a lot of left-wing talking points are supreme. So Kiwi Farms needy almost feel like they have to be transphobic and they have to misgender just to be different and edgy. And I don't
Right.
think that's bad or good. That's just how it is.
And probably a
it's their
big
way
part of
of
that also
trolling
is just
and
that, like, because you can't say
try
it on
to
mainstream
make people hate
platforms,
them.
people who want to say it will go to Kiwi, right? And they naturally kinda
Yeah,
just
I mean,
go
look,
there.
when you googled Keffals, your options were the YouTube, the Twitch, and the Kiwi Farms thread. Most other old sites, like I mentioned, Edie, are suppressed and hidden. So I can see why Keffals went against it or went after it, but to be honest, everyone gets a Kiwi Farms thread. It was
Right.
kind of daft to respond to it. And it happened so quickly. I mean, Keffals have been in the news for like 2 weeks, and this thread already had so much on her.
like 600 pages at the
Because
time.
I think she
even.
got swatted at
No,
one point too.
200 or 180. And then it
180.
reached around 200 right after she had
180
attacking the
pages.
king of
Holy crap!
transphobes.
Okay, so
'Cause she got on the
being
front
Steven,
page.
right? Steven's the king of transphobes.
No, no.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so let me. The timeline so far was the Destiny thing, attacking Lauren Southern.
Okay.
Kiwi Farms thread page is made. About a week later, Keffals is like, "Wow, what a week! I'm attacking now the king of transphobes, Null." And so Null puts Keffals' page on the front page and goes, "Lol, lol,
Oh,
I'm
he
the
got
king of
pissed.
transphobes, kek, that
So
kind of
he
shit.
promoted
Right,
her
he was
stuff
cool
more.
with that. He was cool with that sort of label.
I mean, he was just playing. I think he was having fun with it. I don't think he could have ever
So
realized
she started
how
a
big
war
sport
with
Keffals
Kiwi
was gonna get.
Farms.
Right. So
That's
at this
probably not a
point,
smart idea.
Keffals, her primary enemy prior to that was Kiwi Farms, and now her primary enemy became, or sorry, her primary enemy was Steven, and her primary enemy now was Kiwi Farms. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
god,
think that's
you don't
fair.
want to
I
mess
think
with
she
those people.
pivoted her attention, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Kiwi Farms is now her number one enemy, and what were her gripes with the site? Obviously, there was a transphobia. Obviously, they made a thread about her, but what was it beyond that?
I mean, it was transphobia. I think it was also just in general the attitude of the site. Like you mentioned, right? It's fair to say the site engages in bullying. Like again, I'm not too.
Yeah, a lot of people
far
have said
one way or the
that
other
there's
against
like
the statement, but I think
cyberbullying and
it's fair to
harassment
say.
on Kiwi
And
Farms
Keffals like, this
and
is a hate
doxing,
site. Why is
obviously.
it still around? I don't like my page. I bet people don't as well. This
Mhm.
wasn't when she started using the death of trans people, by the way. This predates that. It was mainly just a gripe with the site, apparently.
Okay, so it was a gripe with the site, and she starts getting support on Twitter. At this point, had the drop Kiwi
Null
Farms
makes
stuff
a
happens?
stream. No. That came like 2 or 3 months afterwards.
God damn,
so
there's a
Null
lot of
does
deep
his,
lore
is it
with
called Mad at the
Keffals.
Internet?
Mad as the Internet. Mad at the Internet is the founder of Kiwi Farms, or at least the host of Kiwi Farms, the guy who runs the site, Null. This is weekly stream where he talks about internet gossip and drama. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So Null
So,
does a stream.
The
and
head
he kind of
owner
goes over it.
of
Again,
Kiwi
at
Farms
the time,
has
the
a gossip
unsubstantiated claims,
show
again, I
about
think they're pretty
people.
much substantiated now, like the Sky porn star thing.
that doesn't sound like a very smart
Catboy
idea.
Ranch, which to give short context, not fully proven, but supposedly,
Especially if
Keffals ran a
someone
Twitter
gets
account
doxxed or something
where
happens to
people
them,
who had unverified
and you have
pages
this video
would go
of you
around showing
talking
off
about
BDSM
them,
collars they'd bought,
that's not very
and
good.
could talk to anyone again with unsubstantiated age and
Through a
role
Discord?
players,
Was that
gay
it?
men. This was a Discord. Well, it was a Twitter account that promoted a Discord. So the Twitter
Okay.
account would tweet out, screen caps from the Discord and femboy memes, which I know you're a big fan of, Tom.
But we don't know. Funny. We don't know if that's really real, right? We don't know if she actually.
We don't. We know that Keffals ran the Twitter account, and we know that Keffals was a admin on the server.
But we don't know if there was some
But
grooming.
we don't.
Discord.
We don't. For example,
So there's
the
grooming
whole
rumors
unsubstantiated
about her,
age thing,
too.
While that is true, there's no proof at all that A, any grooming happened, B, that Keffals even knew, and C, that Keffals was even that big on the server. We don't really know if Keffals had the ability to check ages or get people banned like that. We just know that Keffals was in charge of the Twitter and had somewhat of an influence. But even then, it's not fair to blame her or to point one way or the other.
Okay, so
Okay,
there's rumors,
that
but
makes
it's not
sense. All
100%.
right, so at this point, Keffals is sort of at war with Steven, being Destiny. I don't keep
Yes.
calling him Steven. I feel he's like because he's my
Because you're his
friend.
best friend.
Because yeah. So she's at war with them. Where does it go from there? When does because she was popular, but there was a point when she was viral, being tweeted by every journalist in the world.
I can get to that. I think the other thing I just quickly mention was there was a really bad period after this where Keffals kind of lost a bit of the support she just gained. She did a bunch of attack streams on Destiny. They were all kind of
Oh
improvised.
yeah, that'll do it.
And you might
Destiny
have seen these
fans are
clips because everyone was retweeting
very
them. Keffals
passionate.
did this kind of the flamenco thing of like making an unsubstantiated claim and then immediately taking it back.
And
It
that claim
too
was
late.
that Steven was stealthing.
Yeah, so she claimed that Steven has, because he's in an open relationship, he meets with these girls, and stealthing is when you pop a hole in the condom so that you get the girl pregnant anyway.
Oh, that's a
Keffals
shitty thing
was
to
doing a
do.
stream. She's like, I just don't like. It's something along these lines. I'm paraphrasing, but I don't like Destiny. I don't like Steven. He's a bad guy. I mean, I've heard plenty of claims that he's stealthing. Oh no, she goes. It's rich for him to call me a groomer.
I've never heard
which
of
he didn't.
stealthing before.
Rich for him to call me a
today.
groomer when he's stealthing girls, and then he meets.
Why would you even do that?
Okay, I didn't
You gotta
mean
pay
that.
for those
I just think
children.
I've heard it. So it's
Right.
immediately
I'm
goes back
not
on it, but it's
getting
too late
18
now.
years of payment from
So she
me.
got shit from her audience, because I thought her audience was kind of blindly hated
Her audience
Destiny.
kind of turned on her, but mainly it was the people like Keemstar who are just in it for the drama who go, oh, hold on a
So
minute,
she's
you can't make
attacking
a claim like
Keemstar
that.
and
That's
Okay.
Kiwi
bullshit."
Farms
All
and
right.
Destiny.
So that happened. She
Those
got
are
a
probably
little shit
3
for
people
that.
you don't want to
Did
mess
she
with.
lose support
Well,
like for a prolonged period?
Yeah,
Two people
it
on
was
Sure.
one
This is
website.
when there's the big divide because now you have the major Keffals fans who are like, wow, you're the pillar of the trans community, you represent us. And then there's the other side where it's like, I'm transgender and I think Keffals is a bad influence. She doesn't represent us and she keeps lying. It doesn't look good for us.
Yeah, she divided
There's a
people.
kind of divide there. I think that's where it really became apparent was during
Right.
that era. which
Yeah,
is
I
why
remember
wanted to mention it quickly.
around this time, she got into an argument with my friend New Poster Bailey.
Oh, I know New Poster. Yeah.
Oh, you do? They I don't remember what
Not
they
like
said.
personally. I just follow them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Actually, it's funny that I bring them up because I stayed at their place when I went to see a Destiny debate.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. What do you mean? Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, very funny. Anyhow, so I stayed at their place, and then like a week later, they got in some huge beef with like Keffals. And I don't. Do you know what the deal is there? I don't actually know what they argued about.
It was one of many. I mean, I kid you not, right? So Keffals had this second account that was locked for like venting,
Right.
and
Wait,
she
his second
deleted it,
account
so
was
I
locked.
hate the harassment, and then like an hour later on her main account, she's trying to ratio.
But that would be
Wendy's
ban
and trying to
evasion.
ratio New Poster and do you know Rocky on Twitter?
Because you can't use one account to get around the
okay,
other
well, that's
if you're
a kind
locked
of
out or banned.
Adjacent to New Poster in that kind of realm of Twitter world, you know, trying to start fights with them. Like Keffals just keeps starting these fights, keeps doing these things for attention. It was I don't know
Yeah.
fully about New Poster. Maybe there's more.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, she's going after people that are above her in popularity and sub numbers and whatnot, so she can chase their coat. They can clout chase because they're trying to expand their base there. They're specifically picking fights. So Keemstar, Kiwi Farms, Destiny, people that she can grow her audience. So the haters of Kiwi Farms, the haters of Keemstar, the haters of Destiny go, oh yeah, see, she's proven our point about these people. And that's all she's trying to do. She's trying to expand her base.
To that and that. More to it.
a
Sorry, than
shitty
that.
thing
But
to
I
do.
mean, it was just these constant ratios of you sort of one thing.
Right. Okay, so she's going after. She's having Twitter wars, but she loses a little support. What happens after that?
The second Twitter account gets banned before she can delete it, and then the main Twitter account gets banned in like June. So we're in June now.
So she has both
June
banned.
2021. Main Twitter gets
2021.
suspended.
Keffals' main Twitter account gets banned.
For what?
We'll never really know. What was the screen cap? Account suspended.
Probably
suspends
ban
the
evasion,
rules that
probably.
violated Twitter rules.
Probably ban
She
evasion.
She never said.
I don't think so. No.
Gotcha. All right.
But she's on there now because I just checked it.
That
Yeah,
makes
no,
sense.
I'm rereading this
So
now.
she must have got something
God,
unlocked
I
or
hate my
something,
writing, but
or
no,
unbanned.
It was mainly just a major suspension, probably because Keffals kept doing these attack tweets. It probably just got to the wrong person
That'll
at the
do
wrong
it.
time.
Harassment
Okay.
and bullying.
So she got suspended. What's the state of her then? Or are people like, okay, well she's done. She's gonna get irrelevant. I mean, without Twitter.
No, I mean she immediately makes an alt account.
Oh,
Her
okay.
friend made it.
So
you know,
she gets
I would never
blocked
accuse
on two
anyone
accounts, so she
of-
creates
of
another
that.
one.
Ban evading? Certainly not me.
You wouldn't know that,
Yeah,
Tom, right?
that's what I'm
I
talking
would
about. Ban
have
evasion.
absolutely no knowledge of how to ban evade or doing it in the past. In fact, I don't even have a Twitter. But if you follow a non-bird on Twitter, you can probably see things I might say.
With two Ds. With two Ds.
With two Ds. Don't forget a non-bird with two Ds. But okay. So she makes an alt.
Oh yeah, that's someone. So one of your mods pointed out. Yeah, she got mad at Rocky because Rocky basically said, "Keffals, get the fuck off the internet. Take a chill pill."
Yeah.
That was it. So yeah. So do you remember?
It'd be a good time,
Nick
once in a
was
while,
involved.
just
Do you remember the July stream with Destiny on the
Unlink
front
and
with
just
a
get
bunch of
off the
slurs?
internet and just enjoy the
yeah,
outside.
I remember the thumbnail. Yes, it was like a picture
Yeah.
of him with like Discord DMs.
I have the picture. I don't know if this goes against the rules anymore, so I don't know if I want to show it. But I'll put it in the little group chat if that's interesting.
I might be able to bring it up, unless if it's. Well, does it have them like in full the slurs?
This is literally just the thumbnail. I don't know if you're gonna blur it.
Okay.
Oh,
let me
that's
see.
not great. That's the article. No, ignore that. Ignore that.
No worries. Just shoot me the.
While I'm
image.
giving you this image, I'll get the context. So Keffals fires up a stream she'd been hyping up for about a week. Supposedly the only one with effort being put into it.
He's gonna be
and,
exposing Destiny, right?
They're exposing Destiny.
She's
yeah,
still
and,
going after
the
Destiny?
thumbnail has the F slur for gay people. It has
Oh, that'll
few
get you
other, like,
banned.
slightly transphobic phrases, I want to say. And it has the Kiwi Farms logo faded onto it, which is a bit dark.
Oh, so
because
she's
Destiny
attacking
is not
everyone
liked
at
in
once.
Kiwi Farms has
Surprised
like
there's
a
no Keemstar
disliked
stuff.
account and doesn't really associate with that community.
Right.
So, ain't a good look.
I probably shouldn't
Um,
show it on stream now that I see it, but I do remember
No,
this
I was
thumbnail
gonna
going
say
around.
there's the thumbnail for you, but yeah. So Keffals halfway through, she's simultaneously streaming this on YouTube and Twitch. Halfway through, her Twitch stream goes down. And there was already
did
kind
she
of
get
fuckery
banned?
around this stream because the YouTube one had its comments disabled, whereas the Twitch one didn't. So no one on the YouTube stream could send her messages or super chats, but people on Twitch could.
Mm-hmm.
So people were already kind of like, well, this seems a bit fucked. If
I'll
you're trying
turn
to do an
to
attack stream, but
comments
you can't
off, just
respond
like
to comments.
DSP.
It's probably not a good look.
Right.
And then yeah, halfway through the Twitch one went down. So Keffals was kind of half panicking and then just stopped the YouTube one. And Nick, for example, made fun of Keffals because Keffals was like, "Wow, Diorio." Sorry, Nicholas Diorio was like, well, Keffals tweeted out, "Wow, my stream got mass spammed, and that was enough for Twitch to take it down. I had to take down the YouTube one."
Of course, it's
I'm being
everyone
attacked
else's
because I'm
fault.
trans.
It's
This
not
is a
like you
clear
had
sign
all
of
those
transphobia." And then
harmful
Nick
slurs
specifically
in your
tweeted,
title and
quote, "I'm
thumbnail.
not laughing at you for being the victim of a hate speech. I'm laughing at you because you were dumb enough to put slurs in your thumbnail on Twitch, and you
Yeah.
were crying transphobia."
Oh my god, she's like, oh my god, she's DSP. She puts hate slurs in her title, her thumbnail. It gets taken down because of TOS, and she goes, "Oh, people mass reported me, dude. Nothing I could do. It's their fault." Like, just take responsibility for
When people
yourself.
laugh at your smooth brain.
Right.
And that was probably, like, I think, one of the first ratios against Keffals.
So he got.
just like
He,
a-
Oh,
he
so this
actually
is
owned
where
it.
it's turning against her.
Kind of. It was just a good tweet. Just ratioed.
But it,
um,
but it ratioed her. I mean, that's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
consider
exactly.
that an own. I mean, that's rare,
Because
especially
Keffals was
his account's
fighting
way
Willie Mac
smaller.
show. Yeah, well, Keffals was attacking a Willie Mac show as well.
She was on Tipster at
Willie
one
Mac show
point,
was
I
doing
think,
the whole,
too.
if you keep trying to attack people, if you keep trying to be holier than thou, you can't really be upset when you get in trouble for, a homophobic,
Yeah, exactly.
banner or whatever.
It's rules for everyone.
It basically, she was picking fights with commentary channels, trying to claim transphobia. It just wasn't a good look.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and then this
so
is
she
this
goes
is when,
after Kiwi Farms,
after,
Keemstar,
July,
Destiny,
this is
and
when,
community channels.
Hashtag drop Kiwi Farm started. I think Keffals realized
She's
going
picking
after
the wrong
commentary and going
battles
after
here.
Destiny wasn't going to work out.
So those
And she
are
decided
some
to pick a new
vicious people to
target.
go after.
Do you think it was cynical, or do you think she actually really hated Kiwi Farms, or?
I wouldn't want to comment. I will never really know what goes on in the mind of Keffals.
Okay, maybe both.
Bit of both.
Okay.
I think it's just a good look. It's a good look to go after a website that is purposefully transphobic. It's a good look to go after someone that's been cataloging a lot of embarrassing shit.
And it's a good look
And,
to go after a website that also doxes people. Right.
Yeah. I can't think of. an
Yeah,
example
because
off the
they're
top of my
probably
head, but I've
backing
heard of
everything
it.
up just
So,
in case she
on the
said
surface,
something
I mean, it
and then
looks like a
deleted
pretty,
it. They would
noble
have
cause
the
then, right?
receipts
going
for
after a
that.
website
yeah.
that doxes people and is hateful.
I mean, look,
who
I
wouldn't
can
agree
totally
with
get
that?
why someone without the context would completely go on Keffal's side. I mean, it's just such an easy side to join.
Right.
We're going after a website that attacks people, doxes, generally unfavorable.
Well, you say on the
quite
surface, but
mean-spirited.
what would? I mean, what could there be that people would disagree with as far as Keffals? Like, what would be the contention
What,
for
against
the
the
average
hashtag
person?
drop Kiwi Farms?
Exactly.
Mainly that Keffals is a major hypocrite, fully willing to dox, fully willing to attack people, being even
Oh.
transphobic, like dead naming and using the wrong pronouns for other
So,
trans
like
people
Phil.
when they're not supporting her.
Mm-hmm.
So
I also just think in general,
she yells at
it's the
people for
fact that
doing
Keffals
something,
is
and then she
claiming
goes
her
around and
page
does
has
it.
led to her being doxed and attacked, but Keffals kept tweeting out her location, kept tweeting out information about herself.
oh, just like Phil with his
These
business
attacks
cards.
supposedly weren't really coming from Kiwi Farms. I think you and I both know another website that was probably a bit more
Right. There's a
antagonistic.
specific website that's known for fucking with people's livelihoods. They're known for getting people's SSNs and trying to ruin their life, basically. If you mention them, I think you're not supposed to mention them because
You can't say their name. I don't want to say their name. I don't want to.
We don't want their
I don't want to get
attention.
involved. Oh yeah, they probably don't know who I am.
Yeah, it's a good
but
idea,
even
just-
then,
No,
it's not worth
we
it.
don't
Not
want their
give them
attention.
any
But
attention.
it's not Kiwi Farms. It's a much more malicious website. One of the
Yeah.
sort of cultural rules and rules in the written rules of Kiwi Farms is don't touch the poo. And basically what that means is that you
We
don't
have that
get
in the
involved with
DSP
people you
community,
document.
too.
Obviously, that's going to happen anyway on some scale because that's just
My
the
God,
nature
there's
of
a lot of
stuff, right? Not
parallels to
everyone listens
DSP
the
in this.
rule. People from Kiwi Farms harass people. You can't deny that. But this other website is they don't adhere to that rule at all. No one adheres to it. The whole point of the website is to fuck with people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So.
you said a lot of critical things about Keffals.
Oh no.
You said a lot. Let's start with Drop Kiwi Farms. So
Yes.
she goes after Kiwi Farms. She gets attention on Twitter. She gets journalists retweeting her. Why do we get to that point? How does it get so big?
So Keffals employed a friend called Liz Fong Jones.
Liz
who I believe
Fong
is also-
Jones.
Liz
who I believe is
Fong
also
Jones.
trans.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
She's
interesting
pretty
name.
tech literate. She has a few connections, and really, what hashtag drop Kiwi Farms was hashtag boycott Cloudflare, get Cloudflare in trouble, raise as much trouble because Cloudflare is this hosting service I want to describe it as, and they host Kiwi Farms. It doesn't mean they're associated.
Oh, she
It
basically
just
went
means
after
they'll
kind
pay
of like
for the
a
server to
landlord.
be, ran on that.
As
on
far as I
Cloudflare.
know, they do DDoS protection, And DDoS
They do
protection
great
is
DDoS
an
protection.
essential
Yeah, so it's like
service
going
for
after
any
someone's
website,
sponsor
right?
too.
If you whenever
like,
sites go down, if you've
I
noticed,
can't
there's
believe
like,
you're
we're using an archived version.
you're
That's Cloudflare.
sponsoring this person. Look at all the stuff they
pretty
did.
Good at just
You probably
trying
want to
keep
drop
site up
them,
as
right?
best as possible.
Okay, so
and the owner is actually pretty apolitical. He's very much like a freedom of speech. And I don't mean this in a left wing or right wing way. He's just a very open guy. He wants to just see it as clear on the internet as possible.
Okay.
So this drop Kiwi Farms thing didn't really have much of an impact. It was massive. It's trending. So many people were behind it, but at first they didn't even respond to it. It took like a month for anything to happen, really.
Right. So Cloudflare is brought up. That's a big name. Where do we go from here? How I mean, you said a lot of critical things about Keffals. At this point, she's getting a lot of support. When did the let's say glaring inconsistencies start shining through in your eyes?
Probably when Keffals tried to bring up that Kiwi Farms killed 3 trans people. I think everyone's heard these arguments in some form or fashion.
that'll piss
Right.
people off.
So the idea here being that Kiwi Farms is doxing led to harassment, which led to 3 trans people taking their own lives, right? Which is very
I don't want to
serious.
mention it because 2 of them, trying to describe them, would probably go against TOS. It's a lot about depression, bullying, suicide, faking suicide, a lot of that.
We can
But
talk about it a
essentially-
little bit. We just can't
A
talk
little
about
bit. There was the major
gore.
one was there was an actual suicide of a trans girl, and she had a suicide note. So Keffals
What was her
like,
name?
We will look. Oh god, now I'm gonna have to bring up the thread. Give me a second.
Was this one Chloe Segal?
Yes, I believe it was Chloe. Chloe had a suicide note, and Keffals said, "Yeah, I mean, you were bullied horrendously on Kiwi Farms. You had one of the biggest threads, and you killed yourself. Rest in peace." And
So-
immediately, the Kiwi farmers grabbed her suicide note because there's a public image,
Yeah.
and they pointed out that in the note, Kiwi Farms is specifically mentioned, and they say it was not Kiwi Farms' fault at all. It's like a
So
half
were they
praise
not
thing.
mentioned in the note? Is that what you're
No, they
saying?
were mentioned in the note, but they were mentioned as being clean. She
Oh.
basically said, "No, it's not Kiwi Farms'
So-
fault that I killed myself."
So this is what.
So basically, Keffals again use these people that unfortunately ended their own lives against Kiwi Farms. Kiwi Farms gets the letter, and it shows that they're clean, and she still doubles down. Like, you know how sick you have to be to take someone's life end and use it against someone else you don't like? Like, that is some sick stuff. Man, you can start to see people turn against her. Like, this is a very, very connected thing to Phil, actually. Like, he keeps saying that. And also Keemstar with the whole Etika thing, where people were blaming him, but at the end, like, him and Keemstar and Etika were pretty tight. And then even DSP, he did a pre-stream, and he mentioned Etika, but he was also playing Lost Judgment right after. So DSP being DSP titled the video, "Rest in Peace Etika, Judgment Begins." And oh my god, people freaked out on that. Like, but Phil is a moron.
The person who killed themselves is saying they're a
Yeah,
person who
wrote
had
in
a
the
thread
suicide
on the
note.
site, but
Really bad one, from what I understand.
bad
I'd have to
meaning
go
like it
find
was
it.
poorly done or like
It was really no bad, isn't it? It was just really damning. It was really mean spirited, and compared to Keffals, they didn't do anything that badly.
Okay, so they're not an evil person. They just had a really mean-spirited thread about them.
No, I have to go find it and dig through
They,
100
I believe they
pages.
killed themselves in a brutal way. I think they lit themselves on fire, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
That's a
not,
painful
not
way
good.
to
And
go,
that's why I
too.
think it's the major point where this, well, A, where Keffals got major support, but B, where this got really shifty, because that's a real big denial of facts.
She
You know,
got major
click
support
Google
because she was saying this website's responsible for people killing themselves.
for a death.
And,
I mean,
and,
she accused Kiwi Farms fully of killing someone.
and any person in the right mind who
That's
hears
a
that a
big
website and its
accusation,
users
too.
cause someone to die would be like, well, we need to take down this website, right?
Oh, I could, yeah, I agree. If it really was that plain and simple, I would probably be on that side.
That's
But
a
it doesn't
huge
seem that
activation,
simple, is what
or
you're
It's
saying.
not that simple.
accuse-
It's really disingenuous.
accusation, I
and
should say.
It's using dead people. It's using suicide.
Yeah,
Keffals had the
that's what I'm saying. Like,
context.
she used it
Keffals
for
knew
against the other people
that it
because she
wasn't
didn't like
really Kiwi
them.
Farms' fault, but it helped the narrative, and it helped Keffals. It
And
helped
that's
Keffals
sick to
hide
do
this
that. That is
embarrassing
absolutely
part.
disgusting to
Right.
use someone's death
Okay.
like that.
So, well, I guess where do we go from there? So we know this one, or let's say at least you're saying this one suicide is not as she made it out to be. There were others as well, yeah? There were three.
Yeah, there were two other. The other one is you might have heard this story. The alias was Blue. They worked on emulation for old Nintendo consoles.
Yes.
And there's a big claim with a lot of evidence that they faked their death. That they lived in Japan, and
They were someone with a Kiwi Farms thread. Just to reiterate.
they had a Kiwi Farms thread because they worked on this emulator, which got them attention. So when they got all this fame, they kept saying dumb statements. And like I said, Kiwi Farms has a bit of transphobia. It was kind of clowning on her simply for being trans and for having trans opinions.
Yeah, that's shitty when people
So
do that.
it was a damning thread. This
Like, just
blue
let people
person
live their lives. Like,
supposedly
what's
killed
the
themselves 'cause
point
it
of
was in the
interfering in
news, it
someone
was an
else's
article.
life?
But there is an awful lot of proof and messages and he said and she said and weird timeline that kind of points to it being a faked suicide.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to state either way. I don't even think the Forms does. The Forms just kind of catalogs a lot of evidence.
So we
But there is a chance.
we don't know that they died. Is that fair to say?
We don't know.
Okay.
So
But
it's not even
they're
proven
a
then.
trans individual, yes.
They were trans. All these three people were trans
Okay.
people who had Kiwi Farms articles that Keffals claimed they killed themselves because of Kiwi Farms.
And
Again,
Keffals
one of them I
was
don't really want to
promoting
bring up.
these
The other one,
stories and getting like attention
not
from
really,
journalists.
just using their names.
Well,
Yeah,
he-
well, I mean, again, if you promoted the stories, it'd be proven wrong. So it was more just using their names.
Well, she was using their names and the idea that 3 trans people killed themselves because of Kiwi Farms
yeah,
to
which
promote
sounds,
the story.
Which sounds brilliant if you're trying to push aside that we are
Right.
So
fighting
she
with
didn't even
the killers.
And
know
she did get a lot
100%
of
if they
attention.
were
I mean, she
correct.
got like a ton of mainstream publications to report the
this
story.
this
and support
sent
her.
this sent the hashtag flying, and this is when there was the mass DDoS because again, I don't think I'm wrong in claiming this because they admit to themselves. This other trans person, this Liz Fong Jones,
Liz Fong Jones.
she admits she has a botnet. She admits she has a botnet that can DDoS and attack and harass these sites. So as Kiwi Farms is taking a battering, Cloudflare is having people outside their offices. So this has been going on for like 2 months now.
They have people outside their offices. There's people are saying boycott Cloudflare and drop Kiwi Farms.
Yeah. It's big. Like I can't describe it because I can't remember the stats, and we don't have an awful. I don't have a lot of screenshots.
But it
on
They
was
that.
was trying
hundreds
to
of
get
thousands
people
of
to
people. It
take
was the
down
biggest
Kiwi
thing on
Farms.
Twitter at the time.
Basically.
Think of your big YouTubers who just do like videos on the news of the now. Even they're making videos.
Right.
Like
okay.
it's reaching people that didn't know Keffals, didn't know Kiwi Farms.
But simultaneously, this narrative seems to be sort of like easy to pick apart. Yeah.
It's very easy to pick apart if you do your research and if you bother to check Kiwi Farms.
Yeah,
because
if someone
currently
didn't know
DDoS
about it,
people
they
are
just
telling you if you
believe
go
her
on
at
there,
face
you'll
value.
become evil and right wing and a Nazi and blah 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 blah.
Okay. So it's a bad
For an
look to
average
go
for an
on.
average viewer, it seems so cut and dry.
Right. But in
I
reality,
don't
in
believe in it.
reality, it's just kind of
It's all just shaky.
it's shaky. We don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to claim too much because some of these things aren't proven. At the end of the day, I don't know if all 3 of those people genuinely committed suicide. I don't know either way if
So you
2 of
can't
them faked their
prove
deaths.
any of them
Okay.
You know,
ended the life.
it's a really touchy area, and I mean, Kiwi Farms do their best to prove as many things as possible. In the day, they just don't have proof for everything.
So we
And
went over
neither does
Chloe
Keffals.
Segal. We went over Blue. There's someone else, right?
There's someone else. I don't know if I should mention it. It's also just a bit dark and a bit bland comparatively. There's just lots of just screenshots of long messages about depression.
We can. Well, we don't have to read those, but we can talk about what happened and what we know, at least in summary.
Yeah, let me go find the thread.
Oh, I didn't realize there was chat on the left-hand side.
So I can't remember off the top of my head. This is the one that had the
But most
least.
normies won't do the
interest, I
research,
want- I
and
guess you could
Keffals
say.
relied
Okay.
on that.
Again, so at this point, while I'm finding this, I would mention that, yeah, so they had, Cloudflare had people outside their offices with big cardboard paper saying, come out, come out.
Right.
So the president CEO, what am I saying, president CEO of Cloudflare makes a big statement talking about freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and that he doesn't support any kind of murder or attacks.
he basically says
but
they're
you-
not going to drop Kiwi, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of a bravery statement. 'cause
Wow,
at the end,
they
he goes,
didn't even
we won't
drop him
cower
then?
just when a group of people make a stink.
And that makes Keffals and her supporters really, really mad. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's
She
proof
probably
enough
got
that
pissed.
Cloudflare are transphobic and they want trans people to die.
Right.
That was the narrative.
And so that blows up.
Wow, like, that's a huge extreme to do. You don't believe in us, you won't do what we're telling you to do. That means you want people to die. Like, that's going to an extreme right there.
And I believe like a day later, they actually did drop Kiwi, though, right?
They
It was
did?
more like a week later, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it
It was-
wasn't
Oh,
a statement from
so
the
they
CEO,
made
it was
them change
Cloudflare,
their
the
mind and actually
organisation.
drop
So God
them.
only knows what happened behind the scenes. We might never know.
Yeah, maybe the board members were like, we got to deal with this right now, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, because that public
I'd
image
imagine.
too.
But also, I mean, in the day, it's from a company's perspective, it's just dropping one website and then everyone gets off your back.
It makes sense from a business
you're-
Yeah,
you're a
perspective.
you don't
company,
need that
you're a
headache from
business. Like, I'm
everybody
sorry, but there's
boycotting
only
you and
so much I'd love
talking
There's only
about you
so
on
much you can
social
stand
media
up
and
for.
speech
stuff.
to be protected, but
It's
just
just
not
one
gonna happen.
website.
Yeah.
Not in that situation.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. Well,
Someone says this is J levels of storytelling. Look, man, I'm trying. This is like over a year now.
a J? No, you're doing good. I think people are shitting on you. They're wrong.
No, I think it's funny. Yeah. Keffals more sus than a character Among Us, handing out DIY hormones.
I mean, especially
But,
for someone unscripted, I think you're doing a great job. So where do we
Yeah.
where do we go from there then? So Cloudflare drops Kiwi Farms.
Cloudflare drops Kiwi Farms, and
Is Kiwi
Keffals
down
says
now?
I'm moving on.
She said
It's
she's
not done
moving
right
on.
now.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it
so-
was
but-
down
but
then.
what I was, yeah, it's down then. Cloudflare has dropped it. Null is frantically scrabbling, and I think it got re-uploaded to Tor really quickly for a short while.
Is this before or after she got swatted?
While that's happening,
Because that's basically the
Keffals
only
claims
thing I
she's
know
down, but
about.
really, behind the scenes, her team, especially in Fong Jones, they're all the ones running these botnets and doxes. They're contacting other hosts, so like alternatives to Cloudflare. And they're trying to, say, hey, this Kiwi Farms, don't let them back on.
Right.
Oh, so they're
Um,
going to different platforms and
so,
trying
yeah,
to
Null's
badmouth them
scrambling,
before they
and
even
Keffals
talk to them.
moves on in big brackets. While Keffals is doing this, by the way, Keffals was also tweeting out Null's mother, which again,
So
we're
she
talking about
doxed them.
hypocrisy. If you want to talk about doxing, probably shouldn't post.
So
Null's
she was
mother
complaining
and
about
where she
people
works.
doxing her.
I mean, she's not supportive of Kiwi Farms.
And then she
anyway.
doxed
She's just,
another
like,
person.
his
Yeah,
innocent mom.
I mean, she's supportive. She's supportive
Yeah,
of her
especially when
son.
his
I mean,
mom
there's-
has nothing to do with
Keffals
it.
tweets out a photo. I think it's okay to show. It's just a picture of Null with his mother next to him.
Okay.
And Keffals tweets out, "What a cute family. Surely his mother will not lose her job because of his son's heinous actions and have to leave
Wow.
the internet." And what Keffals is implying is, "Hey, my fans, please go harass Null's
Yeah,
mother
that's a
and
dog
get her
whistle.
banned." That's basically-
get her
She's
kicked out of
telling
her
them without
employ.
It's a
telling
big wink.
them to
It's
do
a
it.
big wink and a nudge.
Right.
So again, I'm leaving this alone.
That's what
now, guys,
mob
but also, here's
bosses
Null's
used to do
mother.
back in the
Again,
day.
it's like if you want to talk about hypocrisy and the motive, probably a great piece of evidence.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
when they would go, you
And
know,
that's hypocritical, obviously, because
it'd be
the
a
whole
real
thing against
shame
Kiwi
if something
Farms is that
happened
they
to your
doxed
store,
women
but
their
right here,
lives.
dude.
They're evil.
And now she's doing
no,
it
if you
to
paid up
the
insurance,
guy's mom.
nothing would happen.
It's just not a good look.
Okay,
That's
so that's
a
obviously
bad
bad
thing to do.
What happens after that? I mean, people are critical of her, but obviously for people who are on her side, like, well, it's justified because it's Kiwi Farms anyway.
From Keffals' side, people like to mention a lot. Well, Kiwi Farms isn't down, and there'll always be alternatives, and they'll always come back. And while that is true, it's important to mention that even now,
Oh,
Null
Kiwi
is
Farms is back?
constantly scrambling, making sure this is secure, this is okay, that
Oh, they
I'm not
must have
being
found
attacked.
another platform.
That the site's back up. Oh, the site went down again. Oh, we're being attacked. There was an issue with Kiwi Farms where someone hacked in, or there was some variation of hacking, or maybe it was just script kidding, who knows? And they grabbed a bunch of the passwords. So Null had to go, right, change your emails and change your passwords.
Yeah, there was a
because
data breach,
There might
right.
be a spreadsheet. There might be a spreadsheet just exposing all of you.
Right.
Wow.
Um,
Every
So, I mean,
member?
yeah, it's all kind of just lots of little attacks, and this goes on for like 3 or 4 months. Like,
The site's
It's not
I remember
easy.
trying to access the site for video research, and it was like they're like, you have to download Tor, and then you have to do this, and
I didn't even bother with
um,
that. I just waited till it came back. I
That's
was like,
fair.
I couldn't deal with all that, and that's the truth. I mean, even if you downloaded Tor and did all that, it'd be up for 13 hours, and then it would just go again.
And the crazy thing is, even trying to access archives of the site was impossible because, well, not impossible, but the main archive site people use is Wayback Machine, and Wayback Machine has banned Kiwi Farms, so you can't even see archive versions
So
of the
they're
site
banned
for
from the
any
Wayback
purpose.
Machine.
And it's
Yeah,
I mean, Kiwi Farms
you
is
mentioned who's the female? Taylor Jones.
Taylor Lorenz is her name.
Taylor Lorenz.
Yeah, so Taylor
is a very
Lorenz
big
is a
left-wing streamer.
No,
Twitch,
no,
Twitter.
Yeah, I've done
Twitter
the
journalist.
Wayback Machine. It
And
was
her
quite a trip
uncle
on YouTube.
runs
If you
the
see
Wayback
old
Machine.
YouTube, it's
and actually when she was
nothing
getting
like
shit
today.
on Twitter, he removed her from the Wayback Machine so people couldn't see her old retarded tweets, which is
Yes.
just like, it's so dystopian, the idea that like just based on who you know you can erase the past.
Taylor Lorenz was not only tweeting supporting this hashtag drop Kiwi Farms, which helped bring in people like maybe a bit more mainstream, like people of the parents' age. But there's also this guy, I think his name is Benjamin something I can't remember. He was a big journalist who was doing all these pieces exposing people to what Kiwi Farms is in the most unfavorable light. here's what they do, here's how they attack people. And then it got exposed that Keffals was paying this guy, or that Keffals was being paid by him. Kind of this reciprocal
So
relationship.
they're working together.
For
So-
what?
Well, for the articles, so that Keffals got more support for this hashtag drop key.
And he got the story.
She
She
was-
had these mainstream,
So there was a financial relationship going on to get like AstroTurf or media attention.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it was brilliant, really astroturfing. But yeah, it was mainstream media.
Ben
exposing
Collins, people are saying.
Normies basically to what Kiwi Farms was. Ben Lober, that was it.
Passwords were not
Ben
leaked,
Collins.
but
was it Ben Collins?
they
I
were
want to say
made-
Ben Collins, but Ben Lober sounds right.
Got to
Yeah.
change
No,
our
Ben Collins.
password.
It was Ben
I
Collins.
think Collins
It was Ben
sounds
Collins.
It's hard to see it
Yeah.
white on white there.
Ben Collins was being paid. And he really helped expose it.
It's
Ben
very
Collins
scummy.
is the
Goes
same
against
guy
what
who, whenever there's a
intended
school
archives
shooter,
was meant to do.
he will
and
be
its
like,
message.
well, this is the fault of Encyclopedia Dramatica and Kiwi Farms who push these psychos.
The
Like
fuck is
he's
Red Bar?
very good at getting the mainstream viewers
the journal who
into
donated
this
to her.
alternate internet world.
Okay. And getting them to hate it, obviously.
Yeah, so he's the one that donates to her, and she kind of pays him. So very much, they both benefit.
So she
Right.
she was getting paid
Okay.
by the journalist.
And,
And that's kind of where
Uh,
we're at now. I mean, there was the Destiny stream, if you saw that, where Destiny kind of said, "I'm done. Here's my big expose." There's been all
Yeah,
these.
I
like,
mean, there's a whole other lore with Destiny because I believe Destiny, he's not just done. He's suing her or attempting to. He sent it.
well,
he
that'll
sent her.
be
a s-
very slow going. It'll be very slow going.
Okay,
Oh,
he
Destiny's
sent Keffals
actually
a cease and
suing
desist
Keffals?
because of Keffals' lie about the stealth thing.
How long
Because
ago
Keffals
was
was
this
claiming
from?
that he was causing
4
hate
months
raids
ago.
to her,
That's
which is
pretty
not
recent,
true.
actually.
It's ironic because
Um,
they're even if it was, it's both sides. I mean, both of them attack each other. Both
Right.
of them really don't.
I have
like
to
each
look up
other.
that lawsuit
Keffals
after.
cannot claim that they're just an innocent victim.
Might have
Well,
to
he
make a
sent a cease
video
and
on
desist
it.
saying, basically, if you don't make a public apology and retraction so that I can email this to journalists and get them to stop spreading these lies about me, then I'm going to have to take you to court. And as far as I know, she
Yeah.
hasn't responded officially to the cease
Slander
and
and
desist yet, but
defamation.
that's what's going on right now. Kiwi
Yeah.
Farms, as of now, is up.
Kiwi Farms is up right now. You can check it on your internet. I can check it from my college Wi-Fi, so that's probably a good indicator of how it's doing.
And the most recent thing I saw from Keffals was her saying that she was glad Mr. Medicare had cancer and was dying.
Wow, what a
Yeah, but,
scumbag.
I mean, Keffals constantly says stuff like that for attention. I mean, there was.
That is a
I mean,
fucked up
for
thing to
attention
say,
or
though.
not, it's probably
That
not
oh
good.
my
No, it's not,
god,
no.
that is a major fucked up thing to say. Is I'm glad you have cancer. Like, who the fuck says that? You're a fucking scumbag.
Nice, but I
Shit
mean,
on a dead man. A man died.
Fuck you
I
too,
don't think
tipster.
Mr. Medicare
If you
is-
like her.
I think he's heard worse. I don't think
I mean,
it's-
he's
but I
heard
give you a
worse.
say.
It's just.
But
I'm
still,
not,
it's a
I'm not
fucked
saying I
up
feel
thing to
bad for him. I'm
say.
saying it reflects poorly on
No,
her
it
own
doesn't look good.
character.
Doesn't matter who
Yeah.
you
if you
are.
ever want to make the argument that Keffals
That's
is
fucked
morally
up.
consistent, it's not at all.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Now
the
they're
only
hiding.
thing you can say is if you support her and
Keffals
her,
started
I guess
and is
selfish
in the
motives,
wrong.
you can support that. But if you want to go after her, if you want to support her for consistency on anything, you're gonna have to look for someone else.
These people have great karma.
You got one of your mods saying Ben Collins got fired from NBC for being openly corrupt and taking bribes. Lol. Yeah, there you go.
oh,
Well,
there you
I
go.
guess that's
There's
what
karma
you get
right
for
there.
being openly corrupt and taking bribes, right? That makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
not to
journalists
cheer
are
on
supposed
his,
to
like,
have
you know,
a little bit
downfall of
more
his career or whatever, but that is what happens when you do that,
expectation
so.
of like integrity and stuff.
Damn. And that leaves us where we are now, which is
Kind of, yeah. I mean, if you want to get the three major players, it's Kiwi Farms, who, I mean, even right now, they're doing their big vote on who's the biggest lol cow and stuff like that. You know, Keffals.
Oh, I'll have to look
and,
that up.
This, what's her name? I keep forgetting her name.
Liz Fong
It's so-
Jones.
Yeah, Liz Fong Jones. Both of them are on their like competition.
I'll have to check
Destiny
that
is
out
obviously
after
suing,
this.
but he had that big stream, which is like if
I
you
wanna
want
see
a
the biggest
perfect
Lau Cow, it's probably gonna be
response to
Chris
Keffals,
Chan.
I'd probably point to that. It's so concise. He mentioned my article and he says it's terrible and that ED's a terrible source. So hi, Stephen. Thanks.
Did he say
I thought
that?
it was very. It was really funny. I thought it was really funny.
Damn, he
He
shit on
goes,
you.
I don't know if it's a meme or if it's a troll, but it's like Dramatica, one of the worst sources I've ever used in my life. Never go on there. So good.
I mean, there are a lot of troll articles on the site, no?
It's terrible. I mean, like the whole point of the site is to be unsubstantiated. I just thought it was a funny clip. But
Yeah,
if you
so
want
just
a
rumor,
great response to
speculation and
Keffals, that's
stuff.
what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, he
Very,
made
very
he made a
good stream.
3-hour-long response stream to her, basically going over it all. There's more in-depth stuff
Yes.
about their drama you guys can check out. Does that about wrap up the Keffals story then? I mean, where does that leave
For
us now? She's
for now,
still around. Like you said,
Yeah,
she's
so
trending.
now Keffals has the because people discuss her, not because of her actions. Yeah, so right now Keffals has the Twitter, where she's being a bit more calm comparatively than she used to be, and her major thing is this YouTube. If you remember, during the hashtag drop Kiwi Farms, she moved home, because there was a gun pointed at her head supposedly.
She
and
was
police came in,
supposedly swatted.
swatted.
Oh,
yeah.
that's not even
So
for
she
sure.
moved to Ireland, tweeted out she was in Ireland, and then blamed Kiwi Farms when she had people trying to follow her.
So even
So
the swatted
now
might have
her
been
big
made
thing
up.
is she did this big, I guess GoFundMe, I believe it was.
Well,
where
we
she
could
would
we could
raise-
even go into detail on the whole swatting thing, because there were a lot of details there that seemed like totally
Yes.
misconstrued and false.
I mean, yeah, the whole swatting thing was Keffals really poorly described what happened. She claimed she was dead named the entire time. The police were
By the
uncooperative.
police, yeah.
Came into her apartment, put a gun to basically her head, like literally to her head, pulled her aside, and their reasoning was this note, which was dead naming. It was like her name is Clara. Here's Clara's old name. I won't say it. Don't worry. I'm not that much.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I was just gonna say somebody was emailing, supposedly
Yes, it was an
politicians
email
under
saying,
her name.
I am Clara, aka dead name. I am schizophrenic. I have a gun. I'm trans, very trans.
What the hell? I
and
have
I'm
a
being
shirt that
attacked.
says that. But yeah,
So I'm
go on.
gonna kill people with a gun.
That's
That
a
was
shitty
basically
thing
the
to do
note.
too.
Right.
Yeah, so if you believe the Keffals argument, the police came in, were really rude, and she's going to sue them. If you believe the police argument, they basically had to come in, do their job. They didn't hold a gun to her head. They calmly got her and her fiance out the room, and they talked to her. And now,
Yeah, because if the police get a note saying I'm schizophrenic and I'm gonna kill people, the police have to investigate that. They have to go through that. They can't take any chances with that. So is she suing the police because they were doing their job? Like, that doesn't make
they're
any
being attacked
sense.
by like 12-year-olds online because they are transphobic.
Okay. Well,
And if you remember with your flamenco stream, that's the big thing right now, is that we haven't seen a lawsuit. We don't know where that money went. And Keffals is trying to push up this YouTube channel. And
So she had
she's
to
paying
GoFundMe for
YouTube
what?
ads. So people are
What did she
trying
raise
to
money
claim
for
with
in a
no evidence
GoFundMe?
that Keffals paid for these ads using the donation money. And I don't have proof of that either.
and I will
don't even
say,
know if I
I
believe
thought
it.
about it a little bit, and even if she is paying for it with the donation money, it's not like it's all of the donation money. It's
Oh,
about.
she
I don't
did a
think YouTube ads are
GoFundMe
that
to
expensive. It's like $100, $200
raise
a
money
month
for a
to get a
lawsuit?
decent amount of YouTube ads. So.
Yeah.
And I think she has money anyway outside of that, probably. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Keffals
Well, she probably gets
Keffals
from
doesn't
streaming
do
and
too
YouTube
badly.
and stuff.
The streams have never been that popular, but I definitely think the Twitch brings in income, especially during the homeless saga when she was moving around the United Kingdom and Ireland.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was.
There's
doing
so
too
much
badly.
here
don't
I
really
have
make
to look
that much money
into.
with Twitter, but it definitely helped the brand.
You
It
don't
doesn't
make
help
money
now.
off Twitter, yeah.
It doesn't help now. No, but it helped push the YouTube.
There's so
and
much
Twitch.
they
No, it
skimmed
did,
over
yeah.
that
YouTube
to
has
look
never
up.
done well. The YouTube has always been a kind of mess. So paying for adverts, I don't blame her. If she's trying to build a YouTube career, I mean, good luck to her. But she's just not very entertaining. That's the major thing people have realized is that beyond the drama she gets in,
Just like
she's
DSP.
not really doing too much as a
Just
person.
like
Yeah,
DSP.
as far as I know, she's not. She doesn't have a lot of charisma. She's not very good. I mean,
Hi.
her YouTube channel has 40,000 subscribers, but her videos are not
What's her
popular by
YouTube
any
channel
means.
right now?
No.
She's trying to do like these sort of
Let me look that up.
I can actually share my screen right now.
Oh yeah.
I'll share my screen and I'll do it on Discord as well. She's trying to do these more like mainstream commentary type
Goddamn
videos that
YouTube
someone
ads.
like, let's say, critical would do, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's always been trying to.
But
yeah,
even
definitely
now
it's
she's
a
really
big push.
pushing it. I mean, why I regret the surgery, which is obviously clickbait, right?
Yeah,
So
very,
this
very
might be
much.
the hardest video
I
I'll
showed
ever have to
Speed
make.
is
I know
live
that people
right
are
now.
going to get
Awesome.
mad at me for this video, but honestly, I
Also,
want to
you have
Oh,
10
there she
minutes
is.
to your Augie thing.
I've
so
sat
don't-
on
Oh, yeah.
this for
It's
10 years.
Don't feel too-
43,000
It's been 10
on
years
screen here.
since I've had the surgery,
Why I regret the surgery?
and I didn't want people to know. There's this expectation in the trans community that
So there's this. She does, and she's done 3 videos
She
with
doesn't
Andrew
want
Tate
people
in
to
a
know,
row.
but her pinned tweet forever was a picture of her in the hospital bed with her like father over
So
her
she's
saying, "Wow,
43
just got my
there.
bottom
She's at
surgery," so-
44,000
So she's been open about that from the start.
currently.
Wait,
So
in
in
4
4 months, she gained, like, less than 1,000
I think
subscribers.
Keffals did some smart decisions. Openly saying, "I've
That's
had
pretty bad.
surgery." Openly saying, I do my best to be a woman. Like at the end of the day, I don't think that's a bad decision if you're trying to be a trans.
my
icon.
life is in danger. I need
Mhm.
your help.
It's just the fact that she's a horrible
Things have
person doesn't
escalated.
help.
Wait. I got banned on TikTok. Exposed a predator and trans community. This is really bad. Wait, go back a second. This is really bad. I got banned on TikTok. Andrew Tate got arrested. wasn't there something that said like,
What about that from the start?
She's always.
or is it?
But can I just say, if you want to be a trans icon, I think Keffals did some smart decisions. Openly saying, "I've had surgery," openly
We
saying,
need to talk.
I do my.
I could have sworn there was something that said I'm in hiding.
Best
Whatever,
to
I'm
be
not
a
gonna
woman. Like at the
spend
end of
too
the day,
much time on
I don't
this.
think that's a bad decision if you're trying to be.
Oh,
a trans
there it is.
icon.
Things have escalated. Now I'm in hiding. Popular. My life is in danger. I need your help. Trans teenager abused by Tennessee police. How the Quarterin and Ricky Berwick platform hate. Reacting to my Twitter ban. We need to talk about tender queers. Why I regret the surgery? What the hell is going on here? God damn, that's a
Just the
heavy
fact that she's a
topic.
horrible person.
Why are you
doesn't
going
help.
after Ricky Berwick too? By the way,
Let's see here. Three videos by Andrew Tate. Okay, this one is just like a meme clip. It looks like Greta Thunberg accidentally gets Andrew Tate arrested. Also, I don't even think that's the case. I think that's fake.
It's not, but I mean everyone made videos like that. I don't know.
No, they are. I just find it. It's
well,
just like another
indirectly
notch
she got
for
him
me of, like,
arrested.
well, she seems to
Harassing
be
is
very
the upload
comfortable.
Yeah, look at the upload date. She is trying to be consistent.
Well, I'm just saying she seems very comfortable, like promoting the most convenient narrative, even when it's totally false, right? Just the one that sounds the best.
Lives
The
on
UK wants
TikTok,
trans people
amassed,
dead. I'm sure that's true.
Critics banned.
It's real. I met
Elon
Boris
Musk
Johnson,
bans
I met Liz
everyone.
Truss. They both told me in confidence.
Okay, so the lesson of the day: don't fuck with Dark Greta. This is so fucking funny. The gift today is that Andrew Tate.
She doesn't even have like a good speaking voice. She sounds really like
Hey,
muted.
be careful what you say.
What do you mean? Be careful what you say.
This is how people on Twitch got banned. This is how people
I'm not
get
not
banned.
being transphobic. I'm just saying she has a bad speaking voice.
I'm just saying, be careful how you word it.
I'm being very careful.
Yes.
I have
No matter what
listen,
you do, someone's going to get
Some
upset.
people in chat I've seen will be transphobic and dead namer and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I've
not.
seen it's-
I'm not cool with that. I know that
Keffals
whenever you
is becoming
discuss a
deaf
trans person
noodles.
in a negative light, you're going to
What the
see that
hell
a
is
little
deaf
bit. But I do
noodles?
want to say, out front, out loud, I'm not
She
cool
made
with
3
that.
videos on
Don't
the same
dead name
topic.
her, especially not in my name. It's not good. Not cool. Don't do that.
It's got to be one of the worst.
And just
Sorry.
don't
The
be
voice is
transphobic in
grated.
general. Attack
If you're
her
gonna make them
ideas.
so bad,
She sounds so
if you're gonna make them
fake.
so bad, you wouldn't have to constantly keep insulting and lying about them. I think it's easy to criticize Keffals' actions about having to rely on transphobia.
Of course, yeah.
Sorry to be a buzzkill, but small dick energy is actually pretty gross as a dig. Dick size does not correlate to one's worth as a person. I always hated the whole big dick energy shit in party because some of the worst men I have ever
This
hooked
is
up
quite
with
bland
had massive.
content.
Yeah, this is just like, there's no music. The editing is like bland and boring. Like
No, just like Dark Side Phil.
even the outro music is like boring. Totally reflective of the rest of the video.
Yeah, it kind of hurts my head listening
Yeah,
to that music.
I don't know.
Hi everyone.
Just bad content. Just watch
People are
fucking
saying
Critical.
Keffals' voice beats Smaggle's voice. You have a stance on that?
Oh God, Smaggle.
Maybe. Smaggle, do you take offense to that? Smaggle just fucked off. Fuck you, Smaggle.
Smaggle
Transphobe,
died.
pedo,
I did like
Italian.
that her editor like stole my thumbnail though for this. The transphobe pedo Italian. I like this one.
And I got into
I think that's the big trend now, to copy
weirdest
that thumbnail, though,
slap
isn't it?
fight with Keemstar.
This was the
where she got-
conversation where I feel like this was the discussion with Nick.
I don't even like.
I think it was,
I'm sorry
yeah.
for interrupting.
Which,
It was like-
if you want to quickly
I don't
pause,
know
this is the ironic
fucking
thing.
So
Surprising
Nick asks her,
conversation with
Why did
Keemstar."
you start this in the first place? And Keffals goes, well, I was attacked first. You know, when we look at this timeline...
Oh, that's
Keffals
BS.
attacked Destiny.
You
got
yeah.
in
You
trouble,
got him
attacked
banned
Spectre.
first.
He's constantly Keffals attacking.
Airsoft fatty
It's
on
really
fish tank.
dishonest. And it's all this grin, like, both the fans and she knows she's lying. But she gets
Yeah.
away with it because Keemstar's like, hold on, Nick, you're being a bit mean.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna end the video here. Go check out Tom Dark. Go subscribe to Turkey Tom. Does some great videos. Oh, there was a lot in this video, and they skim over a lot of it, so I'll have to watch some other videos too, just to get the whole thing of it, especially the SWAT-in, the fundraiser. I still want to know more about the fundraiser. The only other thing I know is I did a Twitter video on Keffals, where she talked about how during this period, her fights with Keemstar and whatnot, she was on like meth and coke and heroin and stuff. It was amazing. Amazing time. But if you guys like that, don't forget to click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love.